Well, light's getting low. It's definitely buzzbait time. What I want to show you is a little bit different design on a buzzbait. It's one I made myself. Most over-the-counter buzzbaits are shaped, I don't know, more like a golf ball than a bait fish. And I want to show you how I tie this particular skirt. I make the finesse buzzbait myself with counter-rotating blades. One spins one direction, one spins the other. That allows you to really slow it down if you'd like to. But more than anything, the bait fish profile, tying the skirt backwards, and I get the gold on top and the white on the belly, which is counter shading. Looks like a more natural bait fish than that big round white target. I think this little riffle here should produce a few. There we go. Alright, gonna loosen you up. So sometimes the finesse, the smaller buzzbait is, they don't think about it much, you know. Looks like the same profile as so many other bait fish that they're used to eating. You know, it's not this round profile. It's, you know, it's a bait fish profile, long and skinny. So this slim profile with, yeah, it's a fairly sparse amount of skirt material there. It's getting the job done, but I do like to add soft plastic, not so much to add bulk, because we're gonna maintain our slim minnow profile, but to add weight. So this is the Z-Man Slim Swims. You're adding a little bit of weight and a little wiggle there, without adding a larger profile. I want to keep the profile fairly small, and the Slim Swims is perfect for that. I don't even know if this is what, I don't even think it's 3 inches. What is it? 2.5 inch, you know, addition, which I think it probably won't even go back as far as the skirt material. But adding weight in the form of a trailer gives you a little bit more distance. How's that look? Would you eat that? We're gonna find out if they're gonna eat it. I think they will. And I think the extra distance that I give myself by casting further, because it's a little bit heavier, without, you know, adding lead, it's, you know, you're adding something with neutral or even positive buoyancy with that Elastec. You know, you're not making it so you gotta burn it. You can still creep this along nice and slow if that's how they're hitting it. As always, I've got a rod right here in front of me with the follower bait, the Z-Man jerk shads, but I'm gonna keep moving until I get one that slashes at it and misses it. Thus far, they've been slashing at it and I've been connecting. The rod I'm throwing it with is a 7'6" medium light power. It's a fast action. It's actually a St. Croix Premier. I like the longer cast I'm getting with a 7.5 foot rod, and you know, it being a medium light, which, what does it say for weights? Throws between 1/8 and 1/2 ounce. Well, I'm nowhere near a 1/2 ounce. I think I'm probably around 1/4. Even with the soft plastic, it's only about 1/4 ounce that I'm throwing. And to be able to get that moving a long distance is good. The reel is a Fluger Supreme, and the braided line, I think this is actually some old Power Pro, and I think it's probably only about 15-pound test, which I have a direct tie to the braid, no leader, and it's coming off nice and clean. Nice long cast. Flip the bail before it even touches the water and get it moving. One of the things I like about a smaller buzzbait is that the hookup percentage is much higher. They, instead of mess with it and test it to see, hey, is that something I can take down? I want to see what it does. They just eat it. They just eat it, and man, that's a refreshing thing to have in a buzzbait. The gurgle it makes is somewhat subtle. It's a lot more of a stealth buzzbait than your traditional larger bladed single blade, as opposed to the two smaller counter rotating blades. It just has a nice, soft, subtle gurgle, and it's not like they're gonna miss it. It's not like they're gonna say, you know, not notice that it's there, but it's just more subtle. And in certain situations, like when you don't have a whole lot of wind, subtle can be good. So a buzzbait is a fairly common sort of thing for these fish to see. I mean, the chugging of the blades, you know, that noise, followed by a fairly round, you know, bulbous skirt. If they see a lot of the same thing, they become averse to it. They know, yep, we know what that is. We've seen that before. And making your own tackle is something that gives you an edge, because you can make something that's a little bit different that these fish haven't seen. But moreover, you're making things that are specific to the fishery that you're in. And this one isn't a, you know, this river system, the Susquehanna River, isn't really big on shad. I think they're in here, but there's a lot of skinny, slim, gold bait fish. And the blue. I mean, that blue glimmer is a really good color for any of the bait fish here. But, you know, making your own, or you can even take an existing bait fish or an existing buzzbait and turn it into a bait fish profile buzzbait. If you order the skirt material from Do It Molds or any of their suppliers, Jan's Netcraft, Barlow's, Lure Parts Online, any of those, you can order the skirt layers and basically pick the right color and, you know, tie the skirt backwards instead of forward. Let me show you what that looks like. You know, either creating one of these from scratch or modifying an existing buzzbait after you cut the skirt that's on there off.